And we're all leaders in different aspects of life. And why I'm saying this is because all of us, whether it was Sourav Ganguly when he played test matches for India, or when he captained India, whether most of you who are CEOs and chairmen and bosses of your companies and different groups of people, you don't become a leader in one day. You don't get to that position in one day. All of us, I became captain after playing 5 years for India, and I'm sure most of you have spent years and years in your companies, in different companies, to get to where you are. And I'm a firm believer, as much as I understand and believe that leadership is something which is very important in any team effort. As much as cricket is a team game, running an organization is a team game. A lot of your skills as a leader, you learn when you come in new. And I can say that from my experience when I first came into international cricket in the year 1991. I was just 17 and a half years of age, and I went on to the tour of Australia. And I remember the first day we landed in Western Australia in Perth. India weren't great travelers those days, and we used to travel in Australia once every 7 years, 8 years. So by the time we got used to the pace and bounce of the pitch, the series was over. And I remember going to Australia in 1991 and landing in Perth for our first side game. And invariably India would go to Australia and they would put you the first game of the series on the quickest pitches in the world, which was the WACA at that time. We landed and I came down to the hotel room, down to the lobby, and I met one of the greatest players India has produced for a long time. And he was looking for company for dinner. And I was sitting at one corner of the lobby, and he said, "Come, young man, let's have dinner." I said, "Fine." I couldn't say no. I didn't know whether it was fine or not, but I couldn't say no. And we walked along the pavement of Western Australia, Perth, which is a beautiful city. It's different from the Australian cities. It's a bit warmer. It's on the seaside. Most of you must have visited Perth. And as I walked down the pavement and entered into a Chinese restaurant for dinner, we were talking about cricket, talking about the team, and the first thing he told me was, "I didn't feel that you should have been on this side." And I didn't know what to say. He said, "You're an exceptional player, but this is a tough tour." Maybe he said it in a good sense. Maybe he meant good for me, saying that, you come and make a debut in India where the wickets are slower, wickets are a bit lower, and life's a lot easier. He said that we should have gotten an experienced player, but try and make the most of what you learn out of this tour. We were in Australia for 3.5 months. We didn't win anything, and we hardly managed to take test matches to 5 days, except in Adelaide, which was a flat belter pitch which didn't have much bounce. And those words in my ears echoed for the next 3 months. Sometimes I felt miserable about it. Sometimes I felt that it should not have been said to a 17-year-old boy. But I think when I came back from the tour of Australia and didn't play for India for the next 4 years, it really helped me. You realize that it was a world where you had to be tough. It was a world where once you crossed that line, once you went onto the 22 yards, it was about you and the bowler. And I think that influenced a lot when I became captain of India. I came back in the national side in 1996 and went on to become captain of India in the year 2000. And that's the first and foremost thing I learned about leadership, because everybody wants to be a leader, everybody wants to captain the side, whichever side they play, the cricket side, the football side. There's a recognition of your contribution to the game, to the team, and your performances. So the first thing when I became a leader, I thought about that day of mine, and I came into a situation where there were young boys in the side. We were going through a little bit of a rough time in Indian cricket, and we needed to pick young players. I don't know whether that helped or whether it, without my knowledge, created an atmosphere for me to create a team. But the first thing I realized that if I have to be a good leader, I will have to identify the right talent. I will have to make these players feel comfortable in this dressing room. Because when you see young players walking into a dressing room and they look around, and we had a star-studded dressing room, the likes of Tendulkar, Dravid, Lakshman, Kumble, who were great champions. To build a good team through your leadership skills, you had to create an atmosphere for those young boys. Because when they come in, they don't talk much, they look around what's happening in the dressing room. And I'm sure it's exactly in your corporate offices when you hire young professionals, all educated professionals from various IITs, various management schools, and they come under the leadership of some of you so experienced in this world. It's about watching. It's about watching what's happening around. And if that part of your system is not good, you will never create a good team. My first basic essence of of being a good leader is picking a good team. I've always believed cricket is a team game, and a captain to an extent is as good as his team. Yes, a good captain creates a team around him as much as a good leader, in most of your case, has people around him who will actually help them to get the team better, the work better. But I'm a firm believer that a captain is as good as his team. So for me, the first criteria when I became captain was not only to create an atmosphere, but also to make sure that I had the right players in my squad. Identification of talent is most important. It's not just about your friend. It's not just about who will be a yes man. But I think the biggest challenge of leadership is about identifying the best guy